And joining us now with more on U.S. President Trump's peace plan is Ari Harow, former Chief of Staff to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Ari, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Lidar.
So, you know the Prime Minister well. You've been in these sort of closed-door negotiations alongside him at the White House before. You have, I would say, unique insight into sort of the processes. There's so much noise, so much misinformation surrounding Trump's plan and how it came to be. I want to ask you, what is the bottom line? What goes on behind the closed doors?
Well, I think what we're witnessing is actually an intense relationship like no other that we've seen in the history of the U.S.-Israel relationship. And as such, the level of coordination and the level of communication between the White House and the Prime Minister's office today is unprecedented. As such, a plan like the one we're seeing today is definitely something that was discussed back and forth and agreed upon before it was shown the light of day.
And there are still a lot of questions. First and foremost, of course, Hamas's response, which said yes to some aspects and no to sort of some of the core tenets of the plan. I mean, what do you make of this?
I don't find it at all surprising. We are very familiar here in Israel with the fact that, first and foremost, Hamas is a murderous, treacherous terrorist organization. Their goal, their stated goal, is the destruction of the state of Israel, the murder of Jews, not only in Israel, of course, but globally. And as such, any type of dealings with them is going to be, I would say, the opposite of smooth sailing. I understand that the current plan that we're seeing really has succeeded to a certain degree so far just because of the leverage that President Trump and the United States have been able to bring on the broader Muslim world and the Gulf states that trickles down to Hamas. But in dealing with Hamas as its own entity, we should never forget, not even for a second, who we're really dealing with.
And why now? I mean, why is this plan coming together now? Why not a year ago? I mean, why now?
So I think there's a number of different opportunities that sort of came together. Firstly, there was a window after Israel and the U.S. attacked the Iranian nuclear installations. But at that point, Hamas still felt that they could hold out longer. And part of that, mind you, is because of the support that they received from European capitals that expressed willingness and action towards recognizing a Palestinian state. When Israeli spokespeople spoke out and said, you are giving a prize to terror by recognizing Palestinian statehood, this is exactly what they were referring to. And as such, instead of bringing the war closer to an end, instead of bringing the hostages closer to being home, they actively pushed it away. And I think that when those countries saw that the United States was not budging, when Israel took decisive action by targeting Hamas leaders in Qatar, when Israel took decisive action by sending troops into Gaza City, I think they realized that time is running out. And once President Trump was able to recruit, most specifically, Turkey and Qatar, where the Hamas foreign leadership situates itself, and recognizing that they may no longer be welcome in those capitals, did Hamas realize that this is a hand that has been fully played.
All right, Ari Harow, thank you so much for joining us today and for your unique insights.
My pleasure.